Hey everybody, today I just want to show you how you can find the next Friday from a given date or any day from a given date using Notion formulas. So what I have here are a bunch of dates starting from Sunday going all the way to the next Sunday and then Monday. And I have a formula in this column to calculate from these dates when the next Friday is. So in this example, I have a Sunday that's the 12th of May, and it's calculated that the next Friday from the 12th of May would be the 17th of May. Similarly, for Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, it's calculated that the 17th of May is the next Friday from these dates. And if you take a look at the 18th, 19th, and 20th, it's calculated that the 24th of May would be the next date. The next Friday from these dates. So if you just want the formula for this, I can show you right now. It looks something like this. The main thing to keep in mind is this 5 here represents the Friday. So if you want to do, say, the next Monday from a given date, you'll have to change it to a 1 for Tuesday, 2, Wednesday, 3, Thursday, 4, Friday, 5, Saturday, 6, Sunday, 7, and so forth. So you can just pause the video right now and just copy this formula if you want, but stick around if you want to understand how this formula works. All right, so I'm going to go down here and I'm going to break down how this formula works because it is a pretty complicated formula and it might not make sense just by looking at it. So I'll break it step by step, starting with this section here. I have my date column. So using the prop function, I can get my date. And then I'm applying this day function. And what that does is it converts the day of that date into a number. And I've kind of done the result here. You can see for Monday, it turns it to 1, Tuesday 2, Wednesday 3, Thursday 4, and so forth all the way to Sunday, which is 7. And then the next thing I've done here is I've done this -5 minus that day. And what that does is it figures out how many days I need to add or minus to get to my Friday. And I've illustrated this in this graph. For Monday, to get to Friday, I need to add 4 days. Say for Sunday, I need to minus 2 days to get to the Friday. So these numbers here represent how many days I need to add or minus to get to that Friday in the week. So once I've figured that out, the next thing I want to do is add 7 to add a week to the number of days I need to add or minus to get to a Friday. So here, after we figured out how many days to add or minus to get to that Friday, I've added 7 days to figure out the next Friday. So at this point, if we look at this table, notice that for Saturday and Sunday, I've figured out how many days I need to add to get to the next Friday now. So for Saturday, I've added 6 days to get to Friday. And for Sunday, I add 5 days to get to the next Friday. So Saturday and Sunday are correct now, but every other number is incorrect. According to this, it will take 11 days to get to the next Friday. But we know that's wrong because we actually just need 4 days to get to Friday. If I added 11 days, it would actually take me to the next Friday here. So I've done everything in this formula here. I've done the 5 minus the day. I've added the 7 to add a week. The final piece to the puzzle is to apply this mod function to figure out the actual days I need to add to get to the next Friday for the other days. So the last bit of the puzzle is applying this modulo function. And all the modulo function does is it just takes the number you want. In my case, say for Monday, I have it 11. Apply the modulo 7. What it does, it just divides 11 by 7. And then whatever the remainder is, if you remember from primary school maths, whatever your remainder is the number you end up with. in my case, if I do 11 mod 7, I get a 4. So for Monday, I can now actually figure out how many days to add to get to the Friday. And then if you apply this mod to all the other numbers, you'll actually get the number of days you will need. And once you've figured out what this number is meant to be, you can apply this date add function to add those days to your date here to get that next Friday or whatever that date needs to be. And then voila, you have the date for the next Friday or whatever date you want from a given date.